Welcome back to the Feuding Bros. As usual with Thierry and Freddie. Yes, we haven't been on for a long time now. It feels like a long time. What has it been? 2-3 weeks now?
Yeah,
sorry about you guys who follow us, and we want to thank you again for following us and everything. We appreciate the love. Yeah, we've been away. It's been a crazy period, so we haven't had the time to get together and talk about the games. But thank God we are back for our pleasure and hopefully yours. Before we start, what's going on, people? What's going on, Freddie?
Yeah, doing good, man. Doing good over here. As you said just now, like 2 weeks in the world of football is like it's like 3 years. So man. So yeah, a lot to unpack today. Doing good here. I hope you guys are doing good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely feels like a long time. A lot has happened, football-wise, and obviously we've been busy in our personal lives. So, yeah, we just happy to find the time again to do this and to talk about football together, and to get something out for our viewers.
Definitely happy to find the time, and hopefully we'll get into some kind of consistency from now on. But yeah, let's get cracking, man. We got a lot to catch up on, but I guess let's talk about the most recent. And actually, at the moment, is probably the most entertaining competition so far, which is the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess I will start with Liverpool. Because that was a shock.
Yeah.
Getting kicked out of the Champions League by PSG over the 2 legs. PSG finally coming through and getting the big results, guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the highlights, obviously in the French. I mean, they started the season, they weren't great. I mean, I remember watching them against Arsenal, and they were just poor, man. Arsenal just beat them that day. And
it takes a big team to play to beat PSG. So
yeah, look at this. Already throwing the shots. But the Arsenal definitely just walked all over them. And I've been following. I mean, I don't watch Ligue 1, but I see the highlights here and there. But for the last 3 months, they've just been battering teams. And obviously, you're always like, it's Ligue 1, it's Ligue 1. Anytime they'll play a good team, they'll get destroyed, So that's always what you're kind of thinking. So going into this game, I expected Liverpool to beat them and fairly comfortably. But man, these guys, they look like a proper team now. I mean, Enrique came in, what is it, like was it 18 months, maybe 2 years ago now? And got rid of all the big names, got rid of all the stars, all the high-paid players. And I mean, at first it didn't look like much, but it looks like the project may be coming together a little bit because look very intense. They look like a team. They look like a team. Everybody is fighting together. I mean, to go to Anfield, and obviously Liverpool had more of the game this time. That first game in Paris, they just got destroyed. They got manhandled.
They got robbed on top of it.
So Liverpool got lucky to get out there with a result. But this game obviously was more back and forth, and more Liverpool had more of the possession, especially second half and stuff. But PSG was always in the game, and to go to Anfield and to play like that and to stand up and be counted, I mean, you gotta say kudos to them, and well deserved victory in the tie.
Yeah. I mean, on the balance of the tie, I think you just said it. Well deserved for PSG. On the balance of the tie, I mean, for their performance alone in the first leg. I mean, the second leg was a little bit more a game of 2 halves in terms of, first half, PSG looked like they were going to do what they did in the first half. The second half, Liverpool came out and it was trying to get that result. But yeah, I mean, it was a good tie. Is it a surprise though, or Freddie?
Man, yeah, it's a surprise. I was expecting much more from Liverpool. They are the one that are quite of a letdown at the moment because that was a fixture, quite a bit of a test and they didn't pass it at all. You know, the shining lights, Salah and all of them, they did not show up, you know, especially Salah. Let's be honest, especially Salah. That's something you, Jan, specifically, you've been talking about. Like,
yeah, he was non-existent the first game.
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Even the
Both
second
games.
game.
Both
I mean,
games.
he was bad. Nuno Mendes had him completely
Yeah.
locked up that second game. So like, yeah, as you said, like if he's not there to bail them out, who's gonna step up? And this time around, nobody did, and that was the problem. You know, that's literally the main issue they had. PSG though, they deserve all the credit because they didn't come here to mess around, man. They got all the energy you can think of. Like these kids, for the most part, they go hard, man. That midfield is pumping. Like
That midfield, man.
they swallowed Liverpool's midfield.
Yeah.
Vitinha, Joao Neves, and even what's his name?
Ruiz.
Yeah, Rui. There you go. They put in the work. So yeah, I mean, kudos to PSG big time. We thought it was possible, but based on form, we thought it was possible, but we still thought Liverpool would find it somewhere. They did not, and hey, it was penalties, but still over the performance of the two games, clearly PSG deserved it. You know, penalty robbed, and then Dembele, man. Dembele, that's a whole segment all by itself. That's a whole case to examine. But yeah, man, what did you think? Yeah, like,
Yeah, I mean, to touch on what Thierry said is Luis Enrique came in and just put his, you know, his footprint or his fingerprints on this team, and you can see now what they're trying to do. You can see they are better at ball possession and ball progression as well, and they have younger players. You know, like Thierry said, they got rid of the so-called superstars. You know, the big names, I'm it kind of players. And it seems like it's more of a collective now. It's more of a collective, and that's what they've been missing all these years. You know, they've always had somebody, that's almost, so to speak, bigger than the rest, and it kind of hurt them a little bit. That's why when push came to shove, for me, they didn't quite make it. I mean, there's still a long way to go. I mean, this was only they're only through to the quarterfinals.
yeah,
This kind of results. The thing about PSG is like they were sort of flat track bullies. You know, they'll beat the small teams, but once they get into, especially in this competition, once they get to a point where they play a proper team, that's where they go out. And but it looks like, and again, Luis Enrique's work on Dembele, just like you touched on, Freddie, it's amazing because he looks like a different player. I mean, we knew he always had that in him, but never quite showed it on a consistent basis. Right now, this guy is on fire, and is, as far as right wingers in the world right now, he's up there top three, probably top star. So I mean, kudos. I mean, I it's a result that I enjoyed, to be honest with you, because the talk was Liverpool is gonna win the quadruple.
Every year, man.
I mean, and again, if they are out of the competition, we'll touch on probably next, actually. But it's a better chance for my team, and so basically that's probably what I can say about this tie.
What about Liverpool, guys? Liverpool, I mean, the last few games, they've not been good. I mean, like, I know they've been getting results, but like you can see they're starting to dip. Some say it's tiredness. It's the usual kind of like March, April dip for Liverpool that happens every year. I mean, luckily for them this year, they're like far away, running away with the Prem. But like, what's up with them?
I mean, I think it's down to a small squad. I mean, I kind of alluded to that to you guys a few weeks back when we were talking about them, that they have a core team, they have a 11, but beyond that, I'm not sure that people can come up. On a one-off game, yes, they can, but to keep up the pace of what that 11, that first team is doing. I don't think they have that depth in the team to do it, and it shows right now. It looks like Salah is in a little bit of a dip right now, but although he seems to consistently get something out of games somehow, but his general play has been poor. So I think it's down to the squad. They have a small squad in the league. They already run away with it, so they can't afford it. But when you get into a competition like the Champions League, you will find out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
makes sense.
All right, well, let's move on. That's Liverpool and PSG. PSG through to the quarterfinal, and they will play. It looks like they will play who? They'll play. If I'm
Aston Villa, I think.
Exactly, Aston Villa, who had a bit of a cruise, to be honest. 6-1 on aggregate against Club Brugge. That was one of the. I didn't really watch this game. I don't know if you want to talk about it. It's just standard victory for Aston Villa. They were favorite in that game. So I mean. It's gonna be an interesting tie.
Two teams on form.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone will see that PSG should go through pretty easily, especially after beating Liverpool. But as we know about football, nothing is clear cut. But yeah, let's move on to a very interesting game, the Madrid derby, and again in that game, it's a story of penalties.
Complete madness.
Let's talk about the main talking point, which is the double kick of Alvarez in a penalty shootout. I mean, how lucky can you be? That was a decent penalty as well.
That was decent. He still ended up in the back of the net, and I think they were saying like that's the first time somebody hits it twice, and then he ends up still in the back of the net. But man, like what can we even say? Like they saw what they saw, it happened, and that's the problem. Like it wasn't even clear to everybody. All of a sudden I'm like, wait, why they I didn't see anybody miss, and they still had it as a miss. And the referee didn't signal it properly, and I think that's what created even more confusion. But even on the recording, it's not even clear as well. But there are some angles where you do see that the first hit lifted the ball a little bit, which I understand gives you sort of an advantage. And the double,
I think it's the correct decision in the end. So.
Depending on what they saw, they called it. So like, what can we do at this point? But it was still craziness because Madrid, man, Real Madrid, they always find a way. This is ridiculous now. Like, can we stop this?
we need to stop this because they just. And I feel like this year they're even like a little bit worse.
Yes.
Because at least the years before, like they will do stuff during the game. They will get chances. Like even if they get dominated, they will get chances. They'll do stuff. Yeah. But I feel like in this game they didn't do anything. And even last week too, like they didn't do much. Obviously, they get their 2 goals, they win the game. But like they didn't do much. And I'm like, bro, like these guys are just gonna like squirm it through again. Like we're tired of this, man. Come on.
So tired.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. I mean, it's just Real Madrid. That's what they do in this competition. They just find a way, and it's just amazing. I mean, we can't. I mean, we can't keep saying it's luck because it's not. I mean, these guys have that. They have that DNA in them. Like Champions League is game time. They will find a way. You can dominate them. You can even go and beat them the first leg 3-0. I mean, I think was it against City last year when they did something like that, and then no one thought that they would come back, and then they came back and got through. And again this year, and they are. Big, they always show up for the big games, and they just have that in their DNA. I mean, as a Madrid fan, you have to be pretty happy. I mean, Real Madrid fan, you have to be pretty happy. With see every day, especially in this competition. And you go to the penalties. Obviously, there's a double kick, but I want to talk about the Rudiger penalty because he was the worst one of
those. So bad.
Still hands up in
First
the
one
back.
of the lot. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, All Black must be kicking himself.
I know.
That was a given. I mean, if you go the right way, you have to take that out.
Yeah.
That's a stupid mistake.
Yeah.
And fortunately for them, he went in. But yeah. Anything else about this game?
I mean, yeah, that takes us to the next game in a sense, you know, with Arsenal being now having to face this guy is like
Arsenal sets up a mouth-watering tie against Real Madrid, and after dismantling PSV 9-2 on aggregate, I mean the second leg, I mean, not much to say about that because it's, it just fielded the second team and then just go out
Good
there.
for Sterling though. Hey, Sterling getting some confidence.
It did in the first half. Second half, he was, it was back to himself.
It didn't last long.
Yeah, but first half he did pretty all right. I mean, it comes out with 2 assists that I don't know. Well, maybe because of the 2 assists they gave him man of the match. UEFA gives him man of the match, which is, I guess it's like a sympathy card for him. But like I don't see it. For me, Rice was again
Rice was the
main guy on the field, and I mean sets up a mouth-watering tie, like I said. And it was all won in the first leg, basically.
Yeah. That was an easy victory for you guys. I mean, PSV. I don't know if they don't watch Premier League or what, but like you could clearly see they have no striker. They struggle to score. Just park the bus. Everybody's just been parking the bus. Like they want to press. They want to show that they can play football. Hey, there you go, 9-2.
They were still pumped in the stadium.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But I mean, on the next tie, like with the Real Madrid, I actually think. Well, obviously it's Madrid. They always make you think that they're not as good as they are, and then they do something. But I don't know why. I just feel like this version of Madrid is not the ones of the previous years because of these guys, these 4 guys up top. Like they just don't track back. They just don't get back, and that midfield is so easily overloaded, and they just have 2 guys in there that are having to do all the dirty work. So I don't know if maybe that's more of a chance, but I think this is a better matchup for Arsenal than Atleti would have been.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's the matchup that I wanted.
Yeah.
Atleti would have been a horrible game to watch.
Atleti would have been horrible for you guys because they would just park it, and they don't care about it at all. They will park it, and that's been the Achilles heel for you guys recently.
Yeah, exactly. We would just play right into their hands and just lose 2-0.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think this may be a little bit better, but obviously it's Madrid, is the Bernabeu. Obviously,
that's what I was gonna say, man. It comes down to what's gonna happen at the Bernabeu. I think you guys can beat them at the Emirates, but at the Bernabeu, like you don't wanna get swarmed. Like you don't wanna fall apart there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a tie that I wanted. I mean, when you get into the Champions League, it's the kind of ties that you want to see, especially your team play. And like I said, I did not want Atleti to go through because that I think that was just an easy game for them to win. Especially as we've been toothless up front and everything. I think stylistically, Real Madrid is more suits our style, and they're more out there for the taking from us. But yeah, like you guys said, it's Real Madrid, and you can never write them off. You can have a good result at home, but especially now, it looks like the second leg is going to be at the Bernabeu. So you know it's going to be all guns blazing when you go there, especially if you go there with a lead. And I mean, Real Madrid, they can hurt you, and you have players like Mbappe who's been on fire lately. Scoring every game basically, and it's gonna be very, very dangerous for us because right now we can't concede, we can't score goals. I mean, the 7-1 just paper over the cracks basically because we can't score goals, and it seems like every game now we just concede some silly goals, which is creeping into the team. So go to the Bernabeu and concede a goal, it's going to be a long way back. So.